What is up, my B&A studs? Today we're actually going to be in Photoshop, so that's pretty cool. Usually we're in After Effects today. We're going to be doing some metal text, as I'm sure you read from the title and probably the thumbnail. So let's go ahead and get started. It's pretty simple. Not going to be 30 minutes like our usual After Effects tutorial. Probably about 5 minutes, depending on how long I intro this video. Anyways, so let's start our canvas. So Control N, and I already have presets in here. I saved them. 1080, 720, 1080 is what my camera records in, all that good stuff. So just pause it, whatever you need to do to see this. Resolution 72 because it's on the computer. It's not being printed. Doesn't matter if it's printed. Put it in 300. Alright, so we're going to name this metal text. Awesome. And we'll also double click the background just so it's not a back. We can actually move it. We'll just call it BG. Also push G for your paint tool, or just click right here and click that and it'll turn it to dark, to black I should say. And if it's not black, you click D and it will make these swatches black and white. So now that we have that done, what you can do, if you have your logo image, if you want to make your logo image metal, you can go ahead and import that PNG or whatever it is. Most likely PNG, because that's what we're gonna do. But just to show you guys something awesome, text. You can use text. We'll make it white. We'll just type in B&A Studios because we can, not stupids or dips. Alright, hold control to grow that out. Also hold shift so it will keep its dimensions. And there you go. That's actually our text for our logo, which is awesome, but it's, rearranged differently. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to want to do, obviously it's not metal right now, so what we're going to want to do, and what's great about this is it's all in Photoshop. That was my text. I'm sorry. So it's all created in Photoshop, so you don't need to download anything or anything of that matter. So go ahead and make this top swatch. I think it's a swatch. I'm not sure. Foreground color, your foreground color. Set it to gray, and then hit G or this paint thing and click that, and it will make it gray. Also, if you didn't make a new layer and call it metal. So there's that. Alright, so then what you want to do is, oh no, my little screen recorder is in the way. I'll just move that right there. I don't even know if you can see that, but I can. So filter, noise, add noise, and make sure the amount is 150 or around here. Make sure it's on Gaussian and monochromatic. So once you have that done, we'll go down to filter again, and this time we were going to go to blur and motion blur. -10 probably works best around for me, and slanted is alright. Just mess with your angle. Metal is usually kind of this way, so at least for me anyway. Alright, so then click E for your eraser tool and erase this, because for some reason it doesn't erase the edges, so I usually just erase these because we're not going to have that in our texture, and if it did slip into our texture then it would look horrible. So just E, or right there. So there's that. And also hold down Alt or Option if you're on a Mac and click this little line between B&A Studios, your text, and your metal, and it will basically just create a mask to where all the metal's just, as you can see, it's instead of white, it's our metal, which is what we want. So click B&A Studios or whatever your text is, and then do Effects, Bevel and Emboss. Make sure your technique is chisel hard because it's metal. Then depth, probably around 500 or so, and size, you can mess with this of course, but as you can see it's creating, let's do 2, and it's just creating that metal edge to that. Actually, let's cancel that and grow this out, and that should be fine. Actually, F. What? That's awesome. Alright, so that's what we have. All right. So just so you guys can see this, bevel and emboss. All right, and technique, chisel hard, and up to 500 for depth. And size, as you can see, it just creates these edges on the text, which is good. So wherever you want, if you want to edge, we're probably gonna leave it at about 3. The bigger your text is, the more, you know, of course, bigger you can get because that's more room to edge out. But anyway, so shading, we're gonna want to do this will really make it shine and everything. So double click, I believe, the gloss contour, and where it says linear, go to ring. And as you can see, it really shines up that edge and really makes it look like it's metal, which is awesome. And also you could do a gradient overlay, except make this overlay. Too many overlays. And then you can play with opacity also. You can play with the angle, all that good stuff. I think we're going to leave it. Oh, goodness. Just, you know, play with stuff. You don't have to go word by word. You can play with what looks good for you. Hit OK. All right, hit F again, just for me. If you didn't, don't do it. All right, so as you can see, it's already looking freaking awesome. Okay, so what we're going to want to do next is alt-click this little layer, the new layer button, alt-click it, and call this shine. Yeah. And then make it overlay, and then fill overlay with neutral. 100% is fine. Use previous layer. It's good. All right. So then go to filter, blur, no, render, clouds, and it didn't do anything because it's on the bottom. But it adds a little bit as you can see, it creates a little bit more of a shiny in other places, dark in other places within the text, instead of just being, you know, the bottom darker and the top lighter. Kind of makes it more randomized, I guess. So that's good. All right, so what we're going to want to do next is add a shine, of course. So I'll click this again. I'll click the new layer, not this. Sorry, gotta learn how not to say this. And click multiply, and then fill with multiply neutral color white. And use previous layer, and we'll call this splotch because it creates splotches. Very nice. And then filter, noise, and that's good. And then filter, noise again, and then median. And as you can see, it kind of creates like splotches in the metal, which is always great. I'd say about 5 works for me. Depending on your size of the text, it might be different. So play along with that. And as you can see, we got our metal text going on here. And what's great is that we can change it. What up, son? Look at that. You can change it, and it will. So you save it as a PNG, and it will save. And you could do whatever you want with it. It could be like metal text. Be like Control Save. And then you could do like save it as a PNG and be like for metal text or something like that. And then you could just change it whenever you want it. Or you could just redo it every time, depending on how much you use it. I don't know. I don't know your life. Let's say you wanted to do it on your logo. That's a PNG. All you would have to do is place embedded. On a Mac, it's just place. So you don't have to worry about embedded or linked. Always embedded, just so you don't have to, if you do accidentally delete it on your computer, it's Photoshop's not like not recognizable file, which is really retarded if it does that. All right, so I named my logo BNA logo PNG because I can. Okay, and we'll probably just make it a little bit bigger actually. Okay, as you can see, it went all retarded. And also our effects. I don't think you can copy effects, but anyway, open these and then make default. And then make default. And then I could just go in here, bevel and emboss, and it already adds that in, except as you can see, the text is bigger, the BNA's too, so we're probably gonna have to put this up to like 6 or 5. 6 works. And yeah, we're kind of getting there. Oh yeah, we also have to add color gradient overlay. And as you can see, that kind of makes studios disappear. So opacity that down, maybe change the angle. I'd say about there. It's fine. And there you go. So if you have a PNG, that also works. And we're going to go ahead and do one more thing, just because we can. So go ahead and go to After Effects. This is just Video Copilot, just to make, make it look a little bit more awesome. So if you don't have Video Copilot, I'm sorry. That's about as good as you're going to get it to look. Which it still looks pretty awesome, but I like optical flares. I'm like a little J.J. Abrams, I guess. Alright, so anyway, we don't need to do any... Oh, yeah, we do. I already saved my PNG because we made this our logo recently. So I already saved it as a JPEG, actually. So I'll just go ahead and import that. BNA Studios, and I believe I named it New Logo. New logo already exists. I'm not saving. I'm importing. Alright. Control I for import, by the way. Alright, so drag this to the comp and it will just make, it to the size, which is awesome. I'm already 100% zoomed in just so I can see what's going on. Alright, so Control Y for a new solid. Make comp settings. It already is. It's black. That's great. Make it flare. Name it flare. And there you go. And we can... let's effect, Video Copilot, optical flares, do its thing and everything, options, and you can just choose whatever you want. We're probably going to choose something around, I don't like too much. Too much is just not good. I'd say that one's fine. Hit OK, and screen this, your flare layer, so you can see your BNA Studios. Change the color to bluish. Not that blue though. I'd say that's fine. And you can play with the brightness and the scale and everything. And bada bing, bada boom, you got your flares. However, what you may notice is that, what the heck, man? It's not awesome. It's not, dude. So, what you could do is hit N. That was N as in Nancy, and then right click in the middle, trim comp, and it's 1 frame long. So now you could disappear your new logo and hit Control M, or go to composition, add to render queue. Alright, and then what you want to do is, oh wait, we're out of, okay. So hit lossless and make it a JPEG sequence. Hit OK. Put it where you want it. We'll put it in here. And I already did it, as you could see, but we'll name it Flare 1. Hit save, and then render that out. Should be quick, and it already did it. So go to your desktop, and new logo. Made a new folder for some reason. Drag this into your Photoshop, and it's being retarded because it's all these things freaking unparented or unmasked. So now we get that. However, what the heck, man? It's not in our image. Well, just go to screen and it will fix that. And also you could, crop that out. Hit C for crop, by the way. And bada bing, bada boom, you got your metal text either through that or through that. It looks retarded now because it's not to scale. But anyway, you get the point. You get the point. So I hope this tutorial helped you guys out a lot. Please be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. We make stuff pretty much weekly, or if not weekly, sometimes every other week. It just depends. But just know that we are producing stuff and we want you guys to come along for the ride. Thanks for watching.